prodigy who changed music forever and then was swallowed by his own genius. Today we're adding Sly and the Family Stone's Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again to the rotation. Welcome to Soular Rock Radio, where freedom is a frequency. On June 9th, 2025, Sly Stone passed away at the age of 82. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that he shaped the sound of American music, not only through his string of hits, but also through the artists and musical movements that he inspired. Both of his parents were musicians who met in church and bathed their children in gospel music. Sly, the second child, took to it early. He was playing keys at 7 and mastered guitar, bass, and drums by 11. He and 3 of his siblings formed the Stuart Four. Now check out On the Battlefield to hear a 13-year-old Sly Stone with hints of the conviction that he would soon master.
On the battlefield. I'm on the battlefield.
As he got older, his love for music continued to grow. By the mid-60s, he was a DJ at KSOL in San Francisco. And while it was a soul station, that didn't stop him from playing the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, or anyone else he felt had the groove. By the end of the decade, he was making his own music with his band, Sly and the Family Stone, a racially and gender-mixed group combining funk, pop, rock, R&B, gospel, and whatever else they felt like. The band included 2 of his siblings and the future uncle of an actor slash rapper, I guess. Okay, but I seriously don't want to reduce the legacy of the great Larry Graham to that, okay? All right. While they had some hits with Dance to the Music and Everyday People, it wasn't until 1969's Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again that they solidified their sound. That same year, the band would perform at both Woodstock and Harlem Summer of Soul. Thank You was released as a double A-side with Everybody Is a Star, and while it seemed like things were looking up, it may have actually been the start of the end. The band would go nearly 2 years without a release, and while 1971's There's a Riot Going On and 73's Fresh are among their best offerings, cracks have began to form in the foundation, fueled mostly by drugs and a growing paranoia. According to his memoir, which I highly recommend, Sly talks about an endless stream of drugs and women, as well as growing tensions among the band. Promoters were hesitant to book them because they too often missed gigs or showed up late or refused to play or left early. After one poorly attended show at Radio City Music Hall, the band, scrounging together just enough money to make it back to California, disbanded. Now, Sly would release albums into the 80s, but he became a recluse, struggling with addiction for most of the rest of his life. Eventually, he was living out of a camper in Crenshaw. This may appear to be yet another story of a talented musician who squandered their potential on drugs and excess, but we're talking about Sly Stone. And we may take it for granted now, but a black-led musical act wearing street clothes in the 60s when everyone else was wearing tuxedos, or a choral arrangement that highlighted 2 black women as accomplished musicians and innovators, or even an early introduction of the drum machine which would take over in the next decade. Vernon Reid wrote a beautiful piece in Rolling Stone that highlights Sly's vocal innovation, the quintessential funk inflections that we associate with Sugarfoot from the Ohio Players, or Maurice White from Earth, Wind & Fire, or even Cameo in the 1980s. Strawberry, raspberry, that's Sly. And his influence on Prince is as clear as day. There's a reason why Prince formed the relationship that he did with Larry Graham. Soular Rock is nourished by the infinite river of black genius. As Sly Stone transitions into the ancestral realm, that river has grown a little deeper. Rest in peace, Sylvester, and job well done. This has been Soular Rock Radio, where freedom is a frequency, and we frequent it frequently. You already know the deal. Be sure to hit the link in the description for the Soular Rock Radio playlist, like, subscribe, and let your friends know. We are building a Soular Rock movement, and I want you to be a part of it. So until next time, peace.